Hello everyone, Kredex here, and welcome back to pYanodon's Season 3. We are in the thick of getting VatBrains rolling with all of our upgrades, like Tier 2 buildings and Tier 2 Augs, which we're going to be working on the repro process in this episode, because we've got 2 of them now. So we actually need to look into that. How do we make more? So we need the quality food, we need Tier 2 pups, and we need milk barrels, which is pretty annoying. And then to make the pup Mark II, we need quality food bedding, sap moss. Okay. So yeah, I mean, there's just so many little annoying things for upmarking. There's a part of me that's like, why don't we just use logistics bots? But moving milk barrels over that long of a distance with logistics bots sounds pretty painful. But I also need a lot of Auog Mark IIs. So I think I'm just gonna have to straight up request Corlex milk. Which is crazy, and then rebarrel it. So let's start with that. Absolutely wild. And I mean, like, 25,000 is a lot, right? Like 500 barrels. Yeah, that's like an hour of production. Corlex, wow. Corlex production Mark II seems terrible. Jeez. I mean, maybe it's worth it at some point, but requiring a Bodos and bedding? Oh, we should work towards researching this. I didn't realize we got a better casein mixture recipe. That will help. And this is what I was looking for. Oh, we need Bodos for that, for more milk barrels. Dang it. Unless Bodos are really slow, aren't they? Isn't one Bodos like a lot? I thought it was. And then we get the upgrade there. Okay, anyway. I thought one Bodos was a lot. Did we? Yeah, it is. It is. It's a lot of fuel cells. It's a lot of fuel cells. I mean, look at that. That's crazy. That's wild. 0.4 Bodos a second is a full-on 11 iron a second. Not to mention the lantimony, which is a pretty significant cost. On top of some aramid and graphite. Excuse me. Shouldn't be yawning. Need more coffee. Alright, so what am I gonna do about all this? I don't really know. Guess I'll just request Corlex milk. Wait, do I have enough slots for all this? 40 and 24? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, well, anyway, I need to stop messing around here and do something. So, Corlex milk, quest, oh, negative 35,000. And then, I guess we switch this now to the pups. Wait. What? Oh, that's made in an Auog paddock? Weird. Okay. So we just need 2 Auog paddocks. So you're gonna make pups. You're gonna make Augs. And we need sap, seaweed, moss, quality food, bedding, milk. Jeez. So many things. What we don't need is albumin and blood. Nor do we need casein. We can get rid of all that. Alright, and then from there, we've already got seaweed. And that's it. Oh my gosh. I feel like I should just make this in the upmarking, now that this part's done. The upmarking already has a lot of crap, and don't we have logistics over here for this nonsense? So that helps a little bit too. Ooh, and I can even... Yeah, let's just do this. Alright. Crap. Well... I will do something about this. Corlex milk. I don't want to waste that, but I'm going to request Corlex milk up here now. And we're just going to do this here. 35,000. And then I'm going to check on what all we have. We should have moss. Yeah, and seaweed. And then I'm gonna add another requester. And we're gonna replace that with a doohickey. And hook that up. Don't forget that part. And then we'll need another RoboPort for tier 1, or channel 1, I should say. Probably another one up here. Okay. And then this needs a Yep, I just saw it. I just saw it. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me, Mr. Train. It's gonna be a second before you can unload. All right, so that's good. This is good. We need bedding, food. Apparently we don't have sap. That feels weird. So 5 pups makes on average, well, 4 pups makes on average 3 Auog Mark 2s. And 3 Auog Mark 2s would make 7.5. So 7.5 makes 4. Oh my gosh, my chair. You know the little lock that keeps you from leaning back? Sometimes it loosens up and pops out, and then I start falling. It's like the Inception kick, you know? Really wakes me up. Who needs coffee? Anyway, so what are we saying? So 7.5 nets us... Wait. So one of these makes 5 pups. 4 makes... What are we doing? 4 makes 3, and then 3 makes 7.5, which made 3.5 net pups. But that's net pups, not net Augs. That's confusing. But that's close to 3 net Augs. I mean, 3.5 versus 4. So the idea is each cycle, we only get about half. It's about 50-50. Go back into reproducing more. Which means I'm only getting about half of the rate that this says we're getting, which is 1 Auog every 10 seconds. That's actually pretty fast. And then I'm gonna do a request threshold of 10 here, because I don't think we need a million stacks of all these. I'll do 12 stacks of sap. We need bedding. 12. We need a requester for empty milk cartons, which I think I'm gonna add to the Automall. And this is one of those things that I actually don't mind doing the old way, just because we're never gonna need crazy amounts of them. Okay, why is filled milk barrel the only thing that I can select? What the heck? Why couldn't I select it before? That was weird. Alright. I don't totally understand that, but sure. Anyway. Empty milk barrel, less than, we'll say 100. Nah, we'll buffer 200. They're basically free. And then we'll just go to like 30 here. You know what? This I actually want to be different. Because, you know what? Hold on. You just run. That inserter just runs all the time. And then this will just be blocked off. Because what I've been doing, I'm realizing, is when I have entities in these, rhymes, construction bots on the global network are going to be carrying them back to here. Which is maybe a good thing, because I'm kind of trying to center my base around the Automall, but I don't know. It might not be a good thing. Whoa. Look at that. That's cool. That is a full-on snake. Meow. You know, it's funny, we need steel. We just got a steel train in that we were sorely lacking, it seems. That was perfect timing to set this up. Okay, well, anyway, back to whatever we were doing, which was where? Upmarking? Upmarking. So we were gonna request some milk barrels. I only need a few. And then we're gonna do a barreling machine. I don't know why I'm on this side. And then that'll allow us to fill, and then this will do the empties, and then we'll just recycle that way. So this one will just do empties back into there. This one will do that into there, which then fill, and then go into here. So that'll be the circle of milk barrels. And then from there, we need quality Auog food, which is one that I don't believe we have. So let's work on that. And I don't think we're gonna need very much. And we're gonna beacon these eventually, so. Start fresh there, and yeah. Tree seeds are kind of annoying because I don't think I'm making those. Tree seeds are one that will probably always be easier in a burner just because, you know, the obvious. I can't filter that yet because they can feed themselves with the wood that they're already using. So it's pretty easy to make tree seeds in a burner assembler. And then this guy is gonna fill... What? Oh, it's on channel 1. That's right. Okay, I was like, why can't I connect the wire? I thought we could connect wires of ghosts. Yeah, not on channel 1. Alright, so that will have to be wired up. And then there will be tree seeds. And then apart from tree seeds, I think we've got everything already in the network. We've got plastic. We've got flora. We've got pyoji. We've got wood. The flora is over here. As well as pyoji, I think. Yeah. And tin. And technically salt. Why don't I remove salt from this one? Because they're both doing salt, and that doesn't feel like a necessary overlap. And salt's not on the belt here, so. Okay. Lab research speed is humming along nicely. Okay, so back to the up marking here. We've got... the need for a channel 1 requester. Request all the ingredients. We also need water barrels. I don't know why I just realized that. So we'll have to do something fancy with that. Where we put the empties back in. Like that. Empties go back in, empties get filled, and then filled ones get placed back in, and then, okay. I probably could have done that better, but it works. And then this is gonna be water barrel. Less than 30. And then we need another requester chest for empty barrel. We're just gonna use the same chest. And then they'll get here eventually. We already have a power pole coming over here. Okay, and then the milk. Did I forget a pipe here? Well, that train's gonna be stuck here in a moment. Surprised it hasn't fired off yet. It's complaint message. It's about to. There it is. Speak of the devil. Alright, we gotta go back and fix a couple things. First, we're gonna wire this up. I assume it's built now. There we go. Less than 200. Alright, and then this guy, channel 1. And I think that's all we need to do. And there's the Auog food, and then quality Auog food. Going for 1,000 for now. What's going on here? This is a trashing station. The heck? Why do I have... Oh, no, it's not. That's just how my requesters work now? I'm confused. Wait, the locked slots is only for trashing, right? No, locked slots is just for multi-providers now. And for all multi-providers, we need to measure... Yeah, no, this is correct. Because of the issue with stone. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, so I'm going to head over to the upmarking area. So I can move those barrels over. I'm surprised we're still finding some train issues. I've put in a lot of tier 2 trains. Is it still not enough? Got 61. I have no idea how many are tier 2 though. There was a way to find out. Huh. What was the way that how did I find out which ones are waiting? Oh yeah, I searched for solids depot. Or no, that's not what I did. There was a way to do it. Yeah, it was this way. Yeah, I mean, there's not many waiting at Solids Depot, I guess, right now. The base is busy. Got some fluids free. No solids. There's a solid. Alright, let's try to replace a couple more this episode. So there's one. And... 2. And 3. Okay, 3 more. Feels like a good number. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's done. Now we need barrels, but those haven't arrived yet. And then the milk is good to go. And then we gotta channel 1 this bad boy. 1, 2, 1, 2. Out of logistics network. Yeah, that's because that needs to be channel 1. That needs to be channel 1. And then we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. And then we need water. Whoa, I just got something in my eye. Ow. Ouch. That's an eyelash or a fuzz? You need to pause. No? Maybe? Maybe I'm good? Maybe I'm good. Okay. So, anyway, why is this... Oh, that needs to be changed. Got it. Done. Okay, so now we've got sap and bedding. So then the last thing we need is the quality food, and then we should be good. Yeah, and I mean the barrels, but those are on the way. Okay, and then the initial Auog 2s, right. Of course, we need those as well. Don't get run over by train. This would be bad news for me. It's gonna happen. We all know it's gonna happen. But we're 300, oh my god. 380 hours? I need to start thinking about when to schedule the 400-hour stream. Oh, what the heck? We just had the 300-hour stream. It literally feels like it was last week or something that we had the 300-hour stream. And now I'm already like just a couple weeks away. We're gonna probably have the 400-hour stream before New Year's. Especially because I might have a couple days off before then. I don't know though. Work has been pretty crazy. I don't know if I'm gonna get extra days off. I mean, I do get Christmas Day off, but obviously I'll be spending that with family, so that won't really be any pyanodon's time. So we'll see how that shakes out. But either way, might even craft 20 more. I should have just started with that. Anyway, I've got my initial Mark II Auogs here. I guess we need some regulars. Some regular old Auogs to run this thing. I forgot about that part. Steal you. Steal you. And steal you. Alright. And steal the water barrels. Not that many, though. The sap looks so interesting. Because it's alternating stacks of 3 and 1. That's why it looks so bumpy. Which means, is it making 7 per recipe? Oh, it's making 4 per recipe. Yeah, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. So once we upgrade our belt stacking size to 4, that won't happen anymore, which would be kind of sad. All right, anyway. Yeah, something's weird with barreling. Like right there, I was shift clicking the empty barrels and they didn't go in. Wait, now it's doing empties. That's why. Oh, goodness. Yeah, barreling plants, I actually think could be improved by potentially picking recipes rather than being like little smelter type situations. I don't know, but it's possible that that could help. Okay, this is not running because I forgot Steam. Dang it. So now we're gonna take forever. Yeah, that's my fault. Definitely my fault. All right, let's get a beacon in here. Be a 2-3. Let's see, because they're on 0.75, so adding in a whole speed beacon worth, that's going to be pretty effective. Did I just say 2? Oh my gosh, I just right-clicked again on accident. I need more coffee. I'm just like flailing around here. Alright, so what's 0.75 plus? It'll be slightly more than 40. It's like a 50% speed boost-ish. Actually, a little more in terms of relative rates. And this is already making like 1 a second. So what I'll probably do is hand deliver some, because we don't need that much to run this. I'll hand deliver some so it'll get going. And then from there we can let it automate. And silver stage 2 is kind of one of the next things we're working on, but we need to research it. Silver 2 and lead 3, which is still a couple researches away. So there's a lot to do here, and then we got to work on 10. You remember 10-3? That was nuts. I don't know when I need to do that. It looks like we've been keeping up with 10. Alright, I'm just going to speed this up. There we go. Yeah, we went from 0.75 to 1.23, which is almost a 2/3 boost in rate. That's very nice. Alright, so we'll let that run for a minute. And now what? We're getting that 12 science a minute. Better believe it. All labs are running. So this lab research speed is a good thing to do next because everything's running. Though it's not backed up. It's very like, how much am I making here? 29. So that's not that much more. How much are we making here? 33? So we're actually not making enough. I'm a little worried about this one. Yeah, because going here, it's going to affect those. So I'm actually going to need to shrink it down to a, I need to go there myself. But yeah, we need to speed up logistics and by one. And eventually automation science, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet. But yeah, I'm going to need to do AM4 just so that it doesn't spill over into the other buildings. Also, can these do prod again? I always forget. No, but the other one can. Yeah, that one. Okay, so this guy could be shifted over though. Oh, it doesn't matter. Because these are, the buildings are what matter, not the beacon radius. Okay. We'll get that done. Throw speed. Wait, what? Oh, right. They can overlap if they're different thingies as well. So I could, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll just go 4-2 on these. And that's the equivalent of adding, what is that, 0.65-ish times 3 buildings. So I just added 0.65 times 3 buildings is basically 2 more buildings. And in total, previously, we had, well, I can just do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. Wait, what is it? 5. Okay. So previously we had this, and now we have 75. I had about 50%. 33, now I have 50. Is 50 enough for, what is it enough for? 50 of these is enough to match with 33 of these, I think. Is that how ratios work? Yeah. Which is enough to match with 16 of these. But I'm making more than 16 kimsai a minute, right? So that means these are still not fast enough. I think we'll be fine once I move to the Mark II buildings, but those are going to be Mark II buildings as well. So I guess we need another beacon. Maybe this will be a, I don't even know what type. Oh. Wait, how was that? Oh, I put it literally in the exact right tile. If it had been one tile more down, it would have hit these buildings. Okay, that's perfect then. So now we've got 61, which allows up to 20 kimsai a minute. That's still a little on the slow end. I could boost these up to FM3s. Maybe I'll boost this one to an FM3. And that gets us to 70 a minute, which then supports up to 23 kimsai. Still on the low end. That's 75 to 25 kimsai a minute. That's about where we want to be. All right, and then you. This one is, wait, I was doing that wrong. Oh no! Okay, we're way faster than we need to be, which is, I guess, fine. We can support up to 37.6 kimsci a minute, and same number. Okay, the ratios work out nicely there. Okay, perfect. That's actually way better. What am I doing? No, that's not true. I need... Oh my gosh. I need double of pi1. I'm not doing the numbers right at all. I was looking at pi1 instead of pi2. Oh my goodness. Amateur hour today. Okay. Now I'm using logistics network to change networks of stuff that isn't even on a network. I don't remember if it changes things that are not connected yet. That's actually a good thing to test. Does it change things that are not connected yet? And then if you connect them, is it then on one? No, okay, good. All right, anyway, so what I actually wanted to look at is this is 75 a minute, and that's triple. So that does support 25 kimsci. This needs to be double, so this needs to be 50 a minute. This is the one that's nowhere near what it needs to be. Okay. So we will probably manage that. It is annoying these don't support. We'll probably manage that with 4-3, 3-3, and 4-4. We should swap that. 4 and 4-3, I think is better. I remember seeing that was a pretty good combo when I was looking at combos. Oh, my personal logistics is on. Alright, so now we're at 50 a minute. Perfect. So that will support up to 25 kimsci. And then for this one, this needs to be 150. So pi1 is too slow as well. Yeah, that one needs to be 150, which honestly, I think we're gonna achieve that. We don't have enough substrate. Oh yeah, that's actually something. I upgraded this belt to a red belt in between episodes because I saw that the moss was getting consumed really fast, and now we got substrate doing the same thing. I assume we're gonna run into all sorts of rate issues as we start to expand on all this, but for now, we can help our cause a little bit by upgrading this to a red belt. Now what? Okay, so back to the food. What are we at? We're at like 600. Yeah, I want to get Augs going, so I'm gonna go manually move that. And then what? I don't know. Then what? Once we move that, Auog Mark 2s will be running. Did we ever get fuel rods running? Kind of. Guess we're out of iron niobium alloy. Okay. It is running, but we only have one of them. And it's been running pretty non-stop. I may have to do something about that. Alright, back to upmarking. When do I get iron niobium alloy? The liquid version. Pretty soon. It's only 4 researches away. So we'll be able to do that one, and that will help a lot. There's so many researches like that, though. But that one's nice because it's literally already built. And then we just need to move the molten stuff around. So that one will be very fast. It's not like 10-3 where we have to do a whole new build, or Silver 2 where we need to do a whole new build. Silver 2 even needs extra, whatchamacallits, extra like ingredients. Okay, there we go. Phase 2 Auog husbandry. Let's go. And then, okay, we need the outputs. So then the outputs are the Auog Pub Mark IIs. But filtered. And then this one only goes Auog Pups up to 10. And that one. This one. And then that needs a filter on Auog Mark IIs. And those up to, let's see, 6 of buildings. That's 10 buildings. Let's do like 240. Oh, and then this needs to be fed by that. Okay, that should do it. Auog Mark IIs are a go. Nice. Feels very good. Okay, what else was I just working on? I don't know. You know, I can speed this up. But wait, it's actually low on iron. Iron inserter's not fast enough. Yeah, that checks out. And I am gonna speed this up. It's a little dangerous because that's more fluid fuel, but whatever. I think we can survive. Nichrome is in 2 places now. Did I successfully put nichrome over here? No, we're waiting on that too. In which case, I definitely should productivity these. And it looks like they're low on chromium. What's the story with that? Seems like sand castings are the issue. Are they really now? We've been making a solid hour of that, but I think the multiple hours of not producing was just too painful. Okay, we need to up our sand casting production. That's really hard to do. I guess I can just like copy this. Plop one over here. This is the beauty of construction bots and blueprints. You know, it just makes your life a lot easier. Most of this is gonna work without any changes. Oh, that's just a block chest. I was like, what is that chest doing? I now get it. Okay, and then these guys are getting rid of their muddy sludge still into there, and then this is creosote. See, it just rotated that. Did you see that? That is nuts to me that that's how that works. And then that will be connected to the creosote, so that's good. And then as far as power, we want to make sure there's a power connection across. I'll just do that. And then a lamp. And then this should be sand castings. Okay, so hopefully that works. I'm gonna speed this up. Yum. Let them go, all the little Mark II Augs. It's beautiful. Aw. Little red guys. Who will birth generations of brains for me. An entire monument to their... I don't know if it's a monument to their smarts or monument to their stupidity. It's kind of both. We need you for your brains, but also, that's all you're good for. Sadly for you. Alright. So now those are all going as fast as possible. And that'll eventually get us enough to put in all the Auog paddocks here. Now, can I switch over to the Auog food recipe? I think I can, yeah. Now that Auog food's cheap. So that's fully swapped over. And we can see the rate difference is pretty huge. It's double. More than double, actually. But the overall inputs go up by quite a bit. Alright. We'll switch all those over. So now Auog food is officially part of a needed ingredient for the base. And let's see what else. These 8 Augs. What else? So now let's look at that sand casting build. Make this. And it looks like we're still missing water. A reasonable problem to have because I didn't actually connect any of the waters. All right. So then we need 2 of these bad boys. And water. And then hopefully that maybe we'll get sand castings caught up eventually. Okay, why is that not? Okay, have I gone mad? Was that rotated wrong? Because what I did was one of those. It rotated it. I rotated that, and then I think it ended up in the wrong orientation. It did. Uh-oh. I thought we confirmed that that didn't cause an error, but it does. Pre-rotating. Oh my gosh. That's actually really bad. Well, it'll be less of a problem. Again, we keep talking about this. It's gonna happen someday. Wait, why did our research speed just go up? Did we get vat brains? We got a shipment of vat brains. How exciting. Yes. Free research. Look at that. It's beautiful. I still don't understand those hiccups. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. And let me know if there's a way I can confirm if it's actually a hiccup in... I guess I could look at science consumption. Because it shows a hiccup about 1.5 minutes ago. But I don't see any hiccups. all the consumption looks exactly consistent to me. So I think it's just a graphing error. I don't think it's a lab that's actually stopping for a moment. And that would be a long moment too. I mean, you can see that that hiccup is like a full, what is that, 10 seconds-ish? 20 seconds maybe? Yeah, I don't think any of the labs are turned off for that long. Because I mean, items are flying around so fast that like, these make a full lap in just like 10 seconds. So there's no way a lab could be idle for 10 seconds. So I don't think that's because we're actually not getting the full rate. I think that's just a hiccup in the graph. Yeah, and we can see it's wobbling between 29 and 30 anyway as we watch it. So oh, never mind. That's just because it's averaging. I don't know. I don't know the answer. Anyway, sand casting. Okay, it is producing. Right. That should catch up. It wasn't catching up before. It definitely should catch up now. But anyway, this thing is a big problem. Because like I put in, you know, the order for the up and down version, super force build. It forcibly rotates that one. So that one I rotate to go back to the way it was. But then when we produce the three-way junction, it's now facing not the way we had it originally. So that's really interesting that it rotates the future ghost as well as the current iteration. We've already got 50 Auog Mk2s. Those things are jamming. Okay, what I was saying is, though, that issue will be reduced in severity once we have the faster construction bots and the tier 2 construction bots, because then the delay time will be a lot smaller between when I order a thing to be built and when it actually gets built, and that means I'm less likely to need to rotate it in the first place because I can just wait. So that's all I was getting at. Now, we needed latex and neuroprocessors for tier 2 buildings. That was something we were working on. So, just to make sure all this didn't break. Why is there no titanium for polybutadiene? Goodness. Tell me I'm out of titanium now? Yep. We've outconsumed by 12K. But we've overproduced by 1.5 in the last hour. So it was probably just that 3-hour gap that was the issue. I don't think I can jam prod anywhere in here. I guess I could throw speed modules in. Wait, what's this building? Building not outputting, or what's going on? These aren't fast enough? Ah, I see. I didn't connect that belt far enough. Okay. So that'll actually help quite a bit. And then from there, I can go speed modules. Heat everything up. I mean, we're only getting an average of 3 a second, so red belt or yellow belt shouldn't be a problem here. Okay, that's slightly improved. Lab research speed is almost done. What else were we working on? I feel like there was something else I was doing. Oh no, I can't hold it all in my brain. This is why I really should use the to-do list. I keep not using it. Not using it. Wow, we're already backed up on Kim's side. That's wild. Absolutely wild to me. Okay, Okay, looks like animal samples are going a little slow here. Throw in a speed module there. I may need a speed beacon for this area, to be honest. Yeah, like right here. Feels like a good spot. And then that way we're hitting on all the animal sample-y type buildings and the Sarcoris. And then we need to hit on the left too for primers here. Up there, but then it really needs to be like right here. Right where this roboport is. Right where that, and of course it's a channel 1 roboport. Okay, well, I'll go fix it myself. I am backwards. Hi, backwards. I'm Dad. All right. Almost there. Lab research speed 3. Okay, so pop out of here. Now, there's 6 bots in here that I'm gonna need to kind of replace. But we'll get that thrown in. And that affects pretty much everything. I guess not those 3. But it even hits on these guys, which is kind of nice. Okay, but I do need to replace the channel 1 roboport with a few bots here. Alright. Sweet. So that should do it. That kind of speeds up all of these things by quite a bit. In case we needed them to be faster. Animal sample can't do productivity, so we just do speed only. Wait, that is true, right? Yeah. Yeah, I prodded everything that could be prodded. Oh, and we still need to work on castings? There's so many things to work on! Advanced castings, silver 2, titanium 3, tin 3, big machines. Yeah, that's what I was working on. Neuro processors. I got distracted. Thinking about tier 2 buildings and neural processors. Those are all in full swing, so it seems like we did something correct here. Nextlet's already backed up. And neural processors are good to go, and there's the biocode. Okay. So I don't think we need to make any changes there. But what we do need to do is request in the Automall neuroprocessors. Didn't mean to do 600 stacks. I meant to do 600 items. It's okay. It'll request whatever we have. And then we also need latex. Which I'll just go with 10 stacks at a time for that. How much bakelite am I requesting? Oh, bakelite doesn't have a bigger... Wait, yeah, it does. Oh my god, that wasn't on station control this whole time. Whoops. Well, that explains some... I don't know what it explains. I'm sure it explains some weirdnesses that have happened, but we didn't witness them, so it kind of doesn't matter anyway. Lab research speed done! We're about to crank the research. Alright, so now I should be able to add some new fancy regular tier 2 buildings for the first time. These are power related, so they almost don't count. These are our first, like, normal tier 2 buildings, like in this category of building. And we're gonna start with Research Center. And I'll just do 2. And I believe we have everything we need. Oh, I didn't do the solution. Frick. We need to do the solution. Yeah, our labs are honking now. Look at that. Hitting at 30, 38 a minute now. 2.9, and then this research is gonna make them go even faster. Yeah, okay, so we never did the solution to putting the buildings back in to channel 1. Oh goodness, when they're needed, when they're in the net. Oh god, how do I do this? So this inserter is getting a signal that says, what do we... What is it? What is even happening here? So when a building is requested and we don't have it. Is that what's happening? What's happening? So this is measuring everything that we do have locally. And it's comparing it with red. A red positive is... I don't know what a red positive is. A red positive is logistic network requests on channel 1. So a red positive is what I currently am lacking. Which is currently optical fiber, which I'm gonna take a look at real quick. Where are you at, optical fiber? Yeah, I was worried about this. Actually, I don't see a problem. I can speed those up. Seems like things are working as intended. Is it just we should buffer more? Probably. 35, 65, 110. Oh, we don't have enough space for that. Yeah, maybe we may just need a bigger buffer. It's also possible the amount of photophores is a little bit too small here that we're limiting to. And where am I limiting that? Photophore greater than 1. So where am I measuring the photophore belt? Or was this one that was based on rate? I don't remember. Also, that says less than 20. I want to make that less than like 40. Because once it gets faster, we're going to have more on the belt at the same time. Anyway, was it just... I think I'm just relying on the rate of rendering trits to be the thing that limits this. Because it's only making 8 photophores a minute, which we can fully consume. So I think I'm just not worrying about the amount on the belt. Which means when those get speed modules... Oh, they already got speed modules. There we go. 11.2 a minute is a little closer to what we can actually consume. And this is slowed down anyway, so we can speed that up with a beacon if need be. Okay, so that should slightly improve my optical fiber. But yeah, we probably want to let that buffer to 2 train loads. Yeah, consumption is 2,000 higher than production. Interesting. And can we even support this many trits? 5.6 a minute? Where are those things? I can. Assuming I can support the 3.086. Okay, we can support that. Assuming these are all running, which they're not. Perfect. That's what I love to see. Why are these? Okay. I'm legitimately confused. Oh, these consume 1.5 to make 3. So we're actually only making 4.5 trits. But why are so many of these not running? Shouldn't these all be running? Are we not leaving enough trits on the belt? I'm gonna go to 60 instead. I think we're not leaving enough trits on the belt, and it looks like there's way too many tree seeds. Why are we putting tree seeds on both sides? That can't be right. Oh, did I decide I'm putting everything on both sides? Maybe I did. I guess I did. That just makes my life easier, I guess. Yeah, I think this belt is just really long, and I think we've been having spaces where the trits don't get consumed or something. I don't know. I assume trit stage 2 is available. Yep. And requires stuff we've never seen before. They're not too bad though, potentially, but I don't know what microsyn J25 is, nor what do I need for... Oh, this isn't that bad actually. We just need Arthurians. And a compiled codex, okay, adds in a neuroprocessor, which we already have. Okay, so that's actually not like crazy far out of our reach. In any case, I'm hoping that what we just did gets this going a little better. And it feels like things are a little bit swingy here. Like, why is there such a huge gap on the belt? Oh, I'm thinking that means our counts are a little too small. So let's go to like 400, 400, 10, 65, and 50. And then, kind of like we did before, there's a world where like turning these front belts into red could be helpful. Because yeah, there's just these weirdly long gaps. But those should balance out with the splitter. You know, they should balance out eventually, but it doesn't seem like that's really been happening. So yeah, let's belt upgrade starting here through here. Because these are the really hungry ones. Or are they? I don't know, I guess it's all about the same. These need more, but there's only 2 of them. I don't know. I think that will help slightly. Reduces the overall latency of the belt, too. Okay, well, we're probably going to have to call it an episode soon, Krydax says. You know, not really meaning it, as usual. But what were we in the middle of doing before we got distracted by optical fiber? Oh, yeah, we were thinking about how to fix this issue. So, my idea was... So what we're doing currently is we're looking at everything in this chest. And we're saying, okay, we don't need that. So what are the requests that we have? A lot of shaft. 29 shafts. But the problem is what I'm about to set up is going to mean we're going to request intermediates from the global network too. Which means I can't move any regular items on the global network. Like, let's say it was a empty barrel, you know, which is available on the global network. And we also sometimes move items with logistics bots, and that's not going to work. So then we're going to have an ignore list for all of those items. Or maybe we have an allow list. But then that's going to need every single, like, tier 1 building that we want to upgrade. This gets really funky. Because what I'm thinking is we just set up a requester chest. Because this sets filters based on what's available. In green. And so we'll do the same thing with the red wire. Essentially, what's available on green, though, would be connected to a channel 0 roboport. Does that make sense? And then now we can set those requests on a requester chest on 0. So now we'll have logistics bots bring us entities. But the problem is we're gonna end up requesting shafts and brakes from channel 0, which I don't really want to do because they're produced separately for channel 0 and channel 1. Does it matter at the end of the day? It does if anything that could ever be an ingredient gets produced anywhere other than the Automall. So I don't think I want to do that. Which means I do need an allow list, which is really annoying. An allow list or an ignore list. Those are my 2 choices. Which one do I hate more? The allow list is annoying, but I can create it as we go. Like every time I add a tier 2 building, I just need to also add a tier 1, whatever the ingredient building is, to the allow list. So that's not that bad. The ignore list probably will have fewer items on it at the end of the day, but is annoying to figure out what to put on it. Because it could be anything. Like, what if there's some build somewhere that I'm like, you know what, I don't want to ship air core inductors in on trains because I need like 10 of them per hour. So then I request air core inductors on the global network. And now we've got this weird thing where when we need air core inductors here, then it's like, oh, get them from the global network and they're all the way over here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do that. So I think I'm just going to go with an allow list. And what we're going to have to do is, again, we're going to have to cross-reference what's allowed versus what we have. So we need a second decider combinator. So this one's figuring out what could we get from the network. And then this one's going to say, what are we allowed to get from the network? And then finally, we will set requests on here. And then I'll trash unrequested so it'll be count perfect. That is kind of important. and then that'll get loaded into channel 1. So I mean, I think this will work. And so now we need green, each on green that's positive, and each on red that's positive. Output each input count from green. No. Yeah, green is how many we need. And so now, whenever we do a building, we need to add, and it's even more annoying because you can't just grab the icon for this and click on that because it's an entity. So you have to type this into here. So now it should allow us to request research centers from here. But that's only if we don't have them already. So that just means we're gonna keep making more locally, right? Oh no. Maybe I need a slightly different solution. How do I do this? Okay, I'm formulating ideas. I don't know if we're gonna get to them in this episode. One idea is we take our whole wish list, we add 1, we add 2 to it, and then we pass the whatever the difference between that is and this to this guy. So now it's requesting like 2 of every building. I don't know. Let's distract ourselves for a moment. What's going on here? Animal parts. What's wrong with it? We have 50,000 meat. Okay. How did... Oh, right. Yeah. I don't remember who it was. Gravy, Cosbot. Somebody pointed this problem out. And I meant to fix it. And then I forgot. But yeah, we obviously need to put skin into the burner situation if we're backed up on fatty acids. Which we're not because we're out of... Oh, God. Wait, what did I... Oh, my goodness. Different problem, I guess. Okay. We're not even out of lead. We just... Lead? Lard. I just said lead instead of lard. Wrong with my brain. Alright, well, that was exciting, but we still haven't solved the Automall problem. So yeah, we could add a couple to everything, but then the problem is it's going to get those from here initially. Put them in there. Then it'll make more here. So then we're going to need to subtract what's in here from that extra request, and eventually it'll stop. But now we're buffering more of everything, whether we want to or not. Y'all, I don't know if I have a good solution for this. Because the solution I already came up with only works if it's an unmet request. But the problem is we're going to keep making more of everything because it's in the wish list. Already. So I need a way to cross-compare the wish list itself with what we already have. In the network. But the problem is everything in here appears on the network. Everything in here is also on channel 0. So I need to do channel 0 minus this. Okay, now I'm getting somewhere in my head. Channel 0 minus this green signal. Hold on. Ideas are formulating. So, this green signal is everything that we have locally that's provided to the global network. This red signal is everything we have in the global network. So with those two combined, I guess we need an arithmetic. At least I think I need an arithmetic. I can do the red minus the green. And that gets me what? That gets me what's available in the greater bot network region, but not here. Which is good. So then whatever's on that list that matches with what's on the wish list and on my allow list. Is that how we want to do it? Then gets requested to here. Basically what that will do is that will bring back, like if I replace 10 random Auog paddocks, that will bring back Auog paddocks until we've reached our wish list amount, which is 2 in here. Actually, yeah, that does feel like a proper solution. Okay, I think I'm happy with this. So now we need our allow list. Okay, do I really need, I don't know what I did all this for. I don't need them over here. I guess I needed the wish list signal. And that's all that this green wire is, right? It's the wish list, it's not just the wish list though. It's the wish list that is unmet. It's not just the wish list. The wish list itself, we actually don't have a wire representing that. Because this is negating everything we have locally. But that will still mean as soon as there's an unmet wish list need here, like as soon as we need an Auog paddock, it will show up as a positive signal here. And then we can request one. The problem is if the request gets turned off, does the bot cancel itself? It will, because we'll have trash unrequested on. So I kind of need to turn off trash unrequested actually. And that way as soon as the bot delivery gets generated, it'll just keep coming. And then once it gets here, it'll get loaded in and it'll get used next time. And I'm okay with that because these buildings are less important because they're going to get used next time kind of thing. It's not perfect, but over time it should result in keeping buildings from getting super clogged up in the network, I think. So anyway, we need the arithmetic again. And we said we're doing the green wire is what we have locally. The red wire, I don't actually need this one anymore. The red wire so we do the greater bot network red minus what we have locally green. No. Green minus red. Wait, no, I'm doing something wrong. Green is what we have here. No, it is red minus green. Okay. So this is what's available in the outer bot network. And towards the bottom, I bet we're going to see a lot of buildings. Yeah, like 2 quenching towers or 3 solid separators. So those are the types of signals I care about here. And then those get cross-referenced with... That one I still need. Okay. Those get cross-referenced with... not with the request. I don't need this one anymore. Those get cross-referenced with the wish list now. And then that gets cross-referenced with the allow list. Okay. So the wish list... I could connect all these on red. I could just grab the wish list itself. That might be a nicer way to do it, because then I'm not waiting until I need it to request it for the first time, but then we're also gonna waste... It'll save us a whole cycle. Which... I just want them all to be connected the same way. Looks a lot better. Okay, so anyway, so now we've got a red signal that does represent just the wish list and not the subtracted amount. So then that wish list will get cross-referenced with what I have in the greater bot network. So that's green and red. And the red... across here. Okay. So we're saying things that are on green and on red, and then we'll output the amount we actually... If we do red, green, does it add them? If it's on the wish list and it's in the greater bot network, we're outputting... Now I've confused myself. If it's on the wish list and on the greater bot network, green would be giving me the greater bot network amount. Red would be giving me the wish list amount. I actually want... the wish list amount. So what this will do is it will actually drain, because it'll keep requesting these. As long as the greater bot network has any of these. So it'll pull all buildings that exist on the wish list out of the greater bot network. Is that what I want? Actually, yes. All of them that are also on the allow list, that is. We still have to pass through the allow list. Because then the problem becomes like... Because I was looking at this and it's like, well then... So I'm pulling all offshore pumps into here, but this never then gets to get used in construction. Then it just becomes an ingredient forever only. So we only want to do that with things that are supposed to be ingredients now and not entities. Essentially, we're kind of, yeah, that's a good way to phrase it. Like, Research Center Mark 1 is now an ingredient and not an entity, so I'm okay with pulling all of them out. So yeah, I think this is correct. Now we could subtract what's in here from the signal. We're already negating this with a this output signal is a negative. So I could, and there's no green on that. So I could connect the green on that with the output of this. And then we're only requesting up to the wish list. Okay. I like that. So this is requesting up to the wish list of things that are in the greater bot network. Oh my gosh, this is nuts. That are on the greater bot network and also on the wish list. Which in this case, as soon as a research center appears in any random storage chest out in the greater bot network, we'll request it to here. I think I did that right. I'm interested to see if it works. We don't have optical fiber, so I can't really find out. But we'll probably have to call it an episode now. Interesting challenge. And as far as animal parts, this thing is honking again, so I think we'll be okay. And we got rid of the Auog. Double win. Double win. All right. You know, we should... There's no reason to not have just like a ton of backed up fatty acids here. And... that should start emptying out now, I think. Okay, I don't really know, but I'm gonna assume it's good enough. And lab research speed took a nosedive. Did we run out of like pY2 packs? I guess we just ran out of vat brains. It seems like we just ran out of vat brains. Uh-oh. Now I'm out of hot air. For once, it's not because Ash is backed up. It might be because we're actually just using all of our hot air. Which would be a first. I don't think I've ever had a hot air issue that was actually rate-based before. But yeah, in the last hour we've used 12,000 a minute. And that beats our production of 9,000. So there's another thing that's not good. Not good at all. Because all of our metals production has been ramping up. And I've been speeding things up, putting in modules and stuff. Though the sand castings were low for a long time, remember, and that could be part of the problem, is that now sand castings are getting consumed because we have enough, which is consuming hot air alongside it. So given that we're catching up on sand casting production, I think we give it another hour before we respond to the hot air shortage. I'm guessing it's not actually a problem. Man, what a bunch of craziness this has all been. Alright, let me put those Mk2 in their homes. And then we'll call it. For reals. It's a nice little finishing touch to the episode. Where are the Mk2? My brain was saying right here. Oh, they're above that. That's why I was close. So yeah, we'll see if that little Automall idea works. I think it's gonna work. Because again, this is finding signals that are on the greater bot network. Why am I seeing negatives? What is a negative meaning? Hold on. A negative is something we already have in here. No. Yes. Yeah, a negative is something we already have in storage. So a negative on green means we have it in storage and it's not in the greater bot network. Wait. Sorry. So this signal is outputting the wish list. Compared with the greater bot network, but just the signals that match. This is not a count of how many are in the greater bot network. We actually don't have that. All we're doing is we're seeing what are things that are in both the greater bot network and the wish list, and then if those signals match, we output the wish list amount. Then this is subtracting the wish list amount minus what we have in here, and comparing with the allow list, and then outputting the wish list amount minus. Okay, that's what we want. Because now, if we get 56 requested, it'll actually work. Okay, perfect. All right, well, let's give some Mk2 a happy home, and then we will move on to the next episode. Oh, he's actually pulled a lot. I thought these only held 4 for some reason. Oh, I just realized these buildings don't stop. Nothing stops. Why did I do it that way? Not really sure. Normally I do. Normally smarter than that. Alright. So wire these up. That, and these only run if Mk2 are less than, I don't know, 60. And then these guys only run if calves are less than, let's say 60 as well. I've got enough calves for a while, I think. And I think we've got enough to finish out the modules here. Perfect. Sweet. All right, and then those will get brought up here. Provided. I will steal modules. Couple stacks of Mk2 for later. And we definitely don't need thousands of them. Maybe just 2,000. All right, cool. As always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and we'll see you all in the next one.